TK, the Raisin Man.
All right, we are back with our last team for the NFC South. Last and it probably least, the New Orleans Saints. They were 5-12 last year, and the Saints started off. They came out the gate rolling, but it went downhill, and it went downhill fast. Derek Carr gone. We don't even know who their quarterback's going to be. I'm just going to be honest with you guys. So I really don't know what to make of this team right here. Last year, like I said, it was a rough year last year. If you guys want to speak on why it was so rough down there in New Orleans, please tell me and the audience, man, what happened to the Saints, man. The Saints was one of those teams that was real consistent, making the playoffs consistently year after year after year, but it seemed like it's gotten bad since Drew Brees and Sean Payton haven't been there. It hasn't been the same. But y'all talk to me, man. What can you guys or can you make anything out of this Saints team, man, and what happened last year?
Yeah, the Saints last year, man, were a travesty. After all said and done, you know, they started out the first 3 weeks. They like the team to beat in the NFL with their offense, man, because we even started a slogan from the outside when they played against the Cowboys. They destroyed them, man. Alvin Kamara and them were going to the outside. Valdez Scantling and Rashid Shaheed would catch passes deep down the field, and the injuries just started happening. Kamara got hurt. Chris Olave got hurt. David Carr got hurt. They feelings got hurt. You know, so it was a lot of things that happened to this team, and I don't really have too much to say about the Saints. I don't think they're going to be, you know, too much to talk about this season. But, Coach, let them know what they did last season. Maybe we can find something to talk about. I don't know.
Okay, talk about the New Orleans Saints. I'm going to tell you points for 338, which was 24th in the league, against 398, which is 19th. The SRS was a minus 4.12, which is 23rd. Strength of schedule was minus 0.59. So in terms of stats, you know, like I said, total points 338, total yards 5,442, yards per play 5.3, passing. They completed 340 passes in 551 attempts, 488 yards, 21 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, rushing 444 attempts for 1,954 yards, 15 touchdowns. Average yards per carry 4.4. In rankings, they were 24th in points scored. Yards, they were 21st. Passing yards, 23rd. Touchdowns, 20th. Interceptions 16th, rush yards 14th, rush touchdowns 15th. Defensively, points scored was 19th, total yards was 30th, pass yards 27th, pass touchdowns was 4th, interceptions 11th, rush yards was 31st, rush touchdowns was 21st. So, you know, there you have the overall statistics. The one who had the most impact, unfortunately, ultimately retired, Derek Carr. Completed 189 passes and 279 attempts, 67.7 completion rate, 2,145 yards before he went out, 15 touchdowns and 5 interceptions, 3-to-1 ratio. So he was a pretty steady quarterback. So the player who they're either bringing in or having return who can have the best impact, starting with a fatty, sexy fatty, Dillian Redunes, 54 in his career, 54 games played, 31 started, 2,082 snaps. In penalties, 22 total, 7 holds, 14 false starts, so he has to do better there, none declined. His experience through his first 4 campaigns included multiple starts at 4 different positions on the offensive line. I know, Dash, you don't like that, but, talks about his versatility. Every position other than center, so, he brings athleticism and versatility to the black and gold and will look to compete for a starting job in training camp. Because of his versatility, it becomes important for the Saints as they will have a new quarterback leading the team, especially if the quarterback is a rookie. So you're definitely going to need, him to play up to par with him coming in. So that's who I have as one of the most impactful. So back to you, NYG.
Yeah, coach. They do need help, but let's see who they lost other than games, because they losing quite a few of those. Derek Carr, you said it, coach, man. Losing your starting quarterback, man. I mean, it's and when you don't have an answer, like a legit answer, for all people pile on Derek Carr, and I mean, he's been a pretty decent quarterback throughout his career. He's no longer there. We'll get to the roster and what they did in free agency, but losing your quarterback and 3 offensive linemen is not a good way to start your off season. As well as your top corners, Paulson Adebo going to the Giants, another corner Shamar John Charles going to the Seahawks, Will Harris, your safety, going to the Commanders. Holy smokes, man! Y'all talk to me, man, and tell me who the Saints are gonna miss the most this year out of this list, man. Pretty extensive list, man. When you think about it, man, some key pieces there, man. But which one do y'all have your eye on to see if they can replace, man? Who's the guy?
Yeah, I think the guy they're gonna have to replace is gonna be Paulson Adebo. Came over to the New York Giants, you know what I'm saying? One of the top corners going to the New York Giants, Paulson Adebo. He was a guy that turned over the ball for him. He got the ball back to the offense. And so to allow that offense to try to get to the outside, but losing Derek Carr and Paulson Adebo, I think maybe 2 of their best players besides Alvin Kamara. I think losing Paulson Adebo for them is going to hurt them a whole lot. I mean, and he's not truly shut down, but he's just an opportunistic guy. He did play well. One of the top pass defenders in the league the past couple of years. He doesn't give up too much. So losing Paulson Adebo for them is going to suck for them. But our game with the New York Giants, coach, talk to him.
Biggest player, first and foremost, to the Carr family. I'm sorry for you guys. I mean, Derek, David, you're literally basically, in some regards, retiring because of injuries. David, you played a little bit more, but the injuries initially took away such talent. Y'all have sons. Don't let your sons play quarterback. Please don't let your sons play quarterback. Let them play any other position, just not quarterback. But seriously, it is David Carr. David Carr with his talent, but also his leadership abilities. That's one of the biggest losses. I'm always going to still go to the offensive line, all 3 of them. When you're basically starting new coach, new quarterback, new system. It's tough on the offensive line. You still want at least veterans there to help in the transition. So did they bring anyone in? We'll see. Over to you, NYG.
Yeah. Oh man. Oof. Let's see what they did in free agency, y'all. They bought a couple pieces in. Old man Brandon Cooks, he's still out there. Cam Akers. Jawan Johnson resigned. Dante Pettis, he's still out there playing. He's back with him. They did go out and get Chase Young. Cam Jordan brought him back. Old man Cam still out there. You touched on Dylan Redunce. I think that was big for the offensive line. But the guy I got on the screen, Justin Reed, man, I think that's their big move here. 3 years, $31.5 million deal with $22.5 guaranteed. Saints definitely need help all along their rosters, particularly on the defense and particularly in the secondary. We talked about Poston Adebo and Will Harris going over to the NFC East. So, but who do y'all have as the key addition, man, for this New Orleans Saints team?
You said it best, Justin Reed. I think he's the best guy that they signed this offseason. I think he's the guy, that could come up and sure the back end of that defense. He creates turnovers himself. So losing Poston Adebo, hopefully you can get Justin Reed to come in there and get after the quarterback from the slot position and, get some balls tipped up in the air like he normally does, like he did with the Chiefs, and create some turnovers for you. He is a leader. He's been on a winning organization, a winning culture. So he does bring that to the team as well. But I think Justin Reed is the best signing that they brought in, for this team. And he's going to be essential. He's going to have to play his butt off because they need a lot of help on this team. So if Justin Reed doesn't turn to Ed Reed, I don't know what they can go do this season. But Coach, man, talk to him, man. What's going on?
Black Butterfly. Nothing but love for you, baby girl, but I feel sorry for you and all your Saints fans. I mean, you guys talked about Justin Reed and, being the most impactful, and I understand why, but New Orleans did not do much on the offensive line other than Dilton Redunce. That defense is going to be on the field way too much, and it's going to impact them to the point they're just going to be tired. We already are wondering who's going to be a quarterback. Is it going to be a rookie? How do you help rookies? A good running game, good defense, and to have that, you have to have a good offensive line. And Dylan Redunce, while he's all right, he's all right. I mean, I'm not going to say he's the greatest. But what else do you have? I need to see their depth chart because right now, and their draft pick, because right now, unless you load it up on offensive linemen. Back to you, NYG.
I'm right there with you, Coach. I'm right there with you. It's one of those. Because, I mean, it's like it just went left with this team, man, all of a sudden. I mean, they were looking good, and now they in shambles, man. Like, what happened? The draft. Okay, we going to the draft. They got the 9th overall pick. You take Kelvin Banks Jr., offensive tackle out of Texas. I understand. You needed help on your offensive line. We talked about the pieces you lost. Then you go and draft Tyler Shuck. I can't, man. I can't not get down. I can't get jiggy with that, Saints fans. I cannot get jiggy with that. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Tyler. Met him at the Senior Bowl. Good kid. I think he does have some skills. But I mean, come on, man. You got what's his name? The Rattler over there that you took last year. Why are you going to get another quarterback in the second round of all second round? Like, really? You expect him to pan out? But rest of the draft pick, I mean, I like Devin Neal. Shout out to him. Met him at the Senior Bowl. I'm just not. This is very underwhelming draft too, man. Like off-season underwhelming, just drafts underwhelming. to me, and we study the draft. We do a lot as far as draft is concerned, and I'm looking at this list, y'all. And they had a lot of picks. What, 9 picks? But go ahead, man. Y'all got it. I'm done.
Yeah, I'm with you, bro. There's only one salvageable pick I can see on this list, and that's the tackle that they got from Texas, man, Banks Jr. Hopefully he can come in. He's gonna be on a lot of pressure. The block for that blind side for whoever the quarterback's gonna be. Like this is depressing, man, with this team, man. I'm not impressed with anything that they've done so far. The key losses, not impressed with the key losses. I'm not impressed with the additions. I'm not impressed with the draft, man. Tyler Shuck, like the kid, met him at the Senior Bowl, but he was an older quarterback with 2 bad knees. Yeah, it's kind of depressing, Coach. I don't even have much to say, Coach.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm with you on Banks. Broughton seemed decent. He played fairly well at Texas, and as an interior defensive lineman, so he probably can help there. Devin Neal, Washington, Kansas, definitely think that he can give you something. Can be an explosive running back. Can he be the bell cow? That's to be determined. This ain't Kansas anymore. So, Falau Diggs, out of Syracuse by way of Camden, New Jersey, coming out of high school, he was considered one of the top players out of the state of New Jersey, and it was a good get for Syracuse. So if you develop him, he can be a very good edge rusher. Now, he's more of a pass rusher than he is in the run game, but if you develop, then he can give you something. You guys hit it, though, on Banks. Definitely like that pick. Show, he kind of reminds me of what's his name. He came out of Florida State back in the day, older quarterback, and, how long is his career going to be? Because he's, 26 years old, if I'm not mistaken? So, how much time are you going to get out of him? Now, being that he's older, he's smarter, he's seen a lot. So maybe there's something, but Pat, like you said, the injuries, and again, he's older, so he's already molded into who he is as a quarterback. So does he fit? So that's pretty much all I have in terms of this draft.
Yeah, Coach. Tyler Shuck being an older quarterback is perfect because guess what? He gonna have to come in right away and help this team out, man. So I hope he learned what he needed to learn in college. There you have it. He's the starting quarterback, according to our lads' draft depth chart here. But again, man, it's not all bad with the Saints. I understand. Like, I see the pieces that they have on offense. It's not terrible. You got Fuanga there, right tackle, Cesar Ruiz, right guard. You're good on the right side of your line. We'll see what Banks comes out, but Trevor Penning's a pretty good player. Jawan Johnson, Taysom Hill, pretty good tight ends. It's just that quarterback, bro. I just cannot get around. Like, you don't, like, your options are like, wow. And I mean, I know the quarterback ain't the end all be all, but you got to have something there. You got to have something there, man. And then the defense, I ain't even get into that. I'm going to let y'all do that, man. Because they got a little promise on offense. Pat, talk about the offense. Coach, you talk about the defense and tell me is can they at least be okay on that side of the ball? Because I have my doubts, but y'all take it away, man.
And you're absolutely right to have doubts about this team, this roster. Oh man, listen. Alvin Kamara has injury issues. Chris Olave has injury issues. Brandon Cook has injury issues and is getting older. Rashid Shaheed has injury issues. You got a rookie starting at left tackle. Trevor Penning, Cesar Ruiz, and Talise Fuaga are decent. You got 2 decent tight ends. And Juwan Johnson and Foster Moreau and Taysom Hill can bring you a spark at any position on this offense. Man. I'll be honest with you. I don't have too much to say. I mean, if you're not on your P's and Q's, this offense can, do some things to you. But if you're on your P's and Q's, I don't see too much they're gonna do with Tyler Shuck out there, Spencer Rattler, Jake Hayner, me. I'm at quarterback at the 4th position. I don't know, man. It's a little underwhelming from the Saints, man. That's all I can say. It's getting bad out there.
Yeah. Coach, man, what you got, man?
I'm going to say something just for a second on that offense. I really do like that offensive line. And
offensive line is decent.
Yeah, the offensive line is decent.
But that's one of my biggest things. And then you have the double tight end. So what do we always say is one of the best things to the quarterback in the pass game? The tight ends. So now again, like you said, Alvin Kamara, if he's playing his normal self, he causes a problems for a lot of defenses, whether it's in the run game or it's in the pass game. So, but I understand where you're both coming from. It's not overly impressive because of the quarterback, but we'll see. Defensively, there is something there. Now what is this coaching staff coming in going to do? Because Chase Young, okay, he's up and down. He has the skill set to be that dominant force as a defensive player. We haven't seen it since Ohio State. Is it because of the injuries? We don't know. Goshal, we'll see. Brian Brees. Now we know he can play. Carl Granderson is okay. Pete Werner, okay. Demario Davis as a linebacker. Kool-Aid McKinstry. Now, Tyrann Mathieu did just retire, so Jonas Anchor is going to have to move up based on his depth chart. So, Isaac Yiadom, we as Giants fans know what you get with them. So, there are some pieces here. Cam Jordan is on the second unit, so you can bring him in, and he's still a veteran guy. Nathan Sherrod, we saw what he did for the Jets. So again, there are some pieces there. How do you develop them going forward? I don't know. It's something there. I will say this. I trust this defense a whole lot more than I do Atlanta's. A whole lot more. So to what you were saying, the biggest issue with the Saints really is what you're getting out of the quarterback. Because if you get something just halfway decent, this team is not in the toilets. Let me just put it like that. You're not flushing them away. Now, are they going to be one of the middle of the pack teams? I think they're going to be at the bottom of the middle of the pack to just right around maybe say 26-ish in terms of team rankings, somewhere in that range. And if you get quarterback play, maybe they're a middle of the pack team, a legitimate middle of the pack team. I don't know. I got to see, but
these boys washed.
Man,
these boys washed.
Man.
Defense is much better than Atlanta's. I'm sorry, they're much better than Atlanta's.
Let's get to the schedule, man. Let's see what they can do. Let's see what the schedule looks like here.
Yeah, the man on that screen retired. Man, the boys washed.
That's good. He just retired, though. Retired.
Yeah. Shout out to Tyrann Mathieu, the Honey Badger, man. Great career, man. One of my favorite players to watch during his career, man. But look at the schedule, man. 6.5. I'm sorry, man. I am so sorry. But you got to be joking me. Where is these 7 wins coming from? You know what I'm saying? That I don't even have to ask y'all. I mean, if you high on the Saints, bro, I mean, cool. But you see this schedule: Arizona, San Francisco, Seattle, Buffalo. Even the Giants can wash you. The Patriots, the Bears. Come on, bro. Who they beating? Who they beating? I like Carolina better than them in their own division and Atlanta. So you can wash in your division. The teams, even the teams that might be on your level, like the Giants and Patriots, I've got them over you. Where is the wins coming from? Oh no, bro.
Arizona washed. 49ers washed. Seattle washed. Buffalo, good Lord. New York, the Giants. I ain't even confident in my Giants team, but I know we can beat you.
Yeah, Giants defense will destroy.
You better get Drake May. You better get Drake May. Because the Bears, I don't see you beat them. I don't see you beat the Buccaneers. I don't see you beat the Rams. Maybe Carolina division game. Maybe Atlanta division game. Miami washed.
At Miami, yeah. You gotta go to Miami.
Maybe Carolina. Maybe the New York Jets, since you in the dome. At Tennessee, washed. At Atlanta, washed. Hell no, man. Under. The down under. They ain't gonna make it on Bourbon Street.
5.5? It's 5.5?
6.5.
6.5? Man,
6.5.
Get halfway to 6.5.
Word.
Watch.
I don't know, Coach. Maybe you can make sense out of it. Maybe you can squint real tight and find 7 wins out of that schedule. Because I can't do it, bro. I can't do it.
I think they'll get definitely 6 wins.
Name the 6 teams.
I really think that Arizona's coming to them, and it's at 1 o'clock. So I think they can get where
Arizona. The Arizona Cardinals. That team is pretty good.
I'm not. I didn't say it's the. But also remember, it is the first game of the season. The first games usually are not. Yeah, so
you got to think too. This Saints team got a new head coach, like you said.
Yeah, and that's another thing too. It's the first NFL game. It's his first. So for Arizona, you're like, well, wait a minute. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? How is he going to manage?
I get you. Element of surprise. Okay.
Yeah. So that's why.
After that, yo, ain't no more surprises.
I'm sorry. The Giants, until otherwise, the Giants they can see. This is the thing. You guys are literally saying it's guaranteed. You're guaranteeing a win.
It ain't even about the Giants' offense. It's the defense. That defense alone will beat the Saints.
Okay. Watch. So you're guaranteeing a win. That's what
I'm not guaranteeing anything.
I'm saying
over, under.
Can they right now, the way they're constructed, possibly? Yeah, they can with both New York and New England. I'm sorry. Chicago, I'll give Chicago the credit, but I'm sorry. Do I think, and depending on how the season starts, can they? Yeah, there's that possibility. Even though I like Carolina a lot, do I think they can split? I have no, other than their offense, and it's playing Atlanta on the back end, so you don't know what's going to happen on the back end. And you better not lose Michael Penix. I have no faith in Atlanta other than, you know what, they have a good run in the running game, and if Michael Penix is back there, then yeah, I'm going to favor them over the Saints probably in both those games. But if you have Kirk Cousins back there, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. It's like Miami, Tampa Bay, I'll give you guys it. The Jets, Tennessee is a lot better, but can they? The possibility. That's why I say there's a possibility for 6 wins. Now, is it 6.5?
It's 6.5.
That means can they get 7? Can they get 7?
Ain't no damn way.
No, I'll go with you guys on the under. I think they can get 6. The possibility for them to get 6 wins is there. But now, if you tell me they end up getting 2 wins, it wouldn't surprise me. It won't surprise me. It won't surprise me either.
Yeah. I'm
So-
leaning more like that, like a 3-4 win team. That's what
And
I'm
I understand that. That's logical. I get it. But that's why the key word is can they? Yeah, this is the NFL. You can beat
Yeah,
anybody
absolutely.
at any. I don't care if you're the champs. You can beat them if things go right. So that's why I'm saying, can they? Yeah, 6 wins. Yeah, I can see 6 wins, but I can also see 2 wins. So and I said it earlier. Can they be right there at the middle of the pack and then down towards the bottom? Yeah, I did say that. So
That's true. That's true. But again,
I just don't
the Saints, it's 2 things. It's gonna hold them back. 1, you have a new head coach. 2,
Fair.
you really don't have a quarterback.
Fair.
So I think the roster is not terrible. I'm with you on that, but the situation is very bad, and they ain't do you no favors with the schedule either. So I know it's like one of the lowest ranked schedules, but these bro, you got some dogs on that schedule. Your division helps you out because it's not a good division. But outside of that division, I think they can get their butts whooped. But that's me.
I got 3 words: belt to ass. These boys for the kid.
Well, yeah, I will say this too. Arch, you may be going home, bro. You may be going home. I will say that. And they got his left tackle.
Yeah.
So,
they set it up.
And that's why I'm with you guys. I understand.
Belt to ass.
So
I can see a situation if it go off the rails. Them first 5-6 weeks, they just going
ownership. Be like, no.
Nose dive. They going for that number 1 pick. They going.
Archie Manning will love that to get his grandson to play. Okay, yeah.
Oh, he'll come out. If the Saints got the number 1 pick, he'll come out. I think if anybody else, he's going back to school. But
so
my opinion, unpopular as it may be.
Yeah, so I get it, and I'm going to play the conspiracy theory.
So that ain't no conspiracy. That's been in plan.
Yeah, you got his left tackle, his
brand
there. He's from New Orleans, basically. Yeah,
they are going to be bad this year. I promise you.
And, hey, to add on to your theory,
I said they was going to be set up to be as bad as they could be. Look
at
that schedule.
Yeah, let's set it up so they can be up there and get art. So, yeah, I'm
going to get RKO this year, bro.
No,
why you think them veterans getting out of there? Tyrann Matthew, Derek Carr, all them dudes, they like, man, we ain't going through this, bro.
Hell no.
I'm about to spend last year my career up in here.
Man, what? Them boys finna get washed, bro.
Look at his face. He tired of me.
He tired of it already, bro. You know what, man? I'll go home with my kids, man. I ain't gonna
word up. I got better things to do.
Super Bowl. Yeah, all right, I'm with you.
But this has been the NFC South preview. We're not done yet. We got 2 more divisions coming out for you folks. Got the North coming up next, and last but definitely not least, the NFC East. So y'all stay tuned for those. This was a good one, y'all. This was a good one, man. But we're gonna have to get on up out of here, man. We got things to do, places to be. Y'all know how it is, man. It's me, your boy NYG, aka Unpopular Opinion Sports, with Big Pat Sports Talk and Coach Ed from Coach Ed's Amazing World of Sports. We are the Aboriginal Sports Network, and till next time, we up out of here, man. Holla.
Peace.